I'm a classic man. You can be mean when you look this clean, old fashioned man. Yeah, baby, I'm a classic man.
Hello, you are welcome to another episode of the Classic Manny Show. It is your boy, your fave pop culture infused, and today we have a hitmaker, honey.
Oh.
We have a hitmaker, the baddest in R&B, honey. Mnelia, baby, how you doing?
Oh, Manny, I'm so glad you got me. I can't lie. I'm so gassed.
Listen,
I've been waiting on this moment all my life.
Oh my God, honestly, I'm so excited to have you on the podcast. It's long overdue. When I say long overdue, is an understatement. But
Right on time, though.
I feel like the time, as I said, was right. The time was so right. How have you been, my dear?
I've been okay. I'm kind of ill right now, but I'm okay.
Thank you for making time despite all. I know you've had a busy week as well with the listening party.
Anything for
I'm
you.
sorry I could not make the listening party.
don't be
Listen,
silly.
that day.
Your love and support, the love and support that you give me 365 is more than enough to compensate you not being there one night, especially when you're not feeling well. So your presence was definitely felt.
No, thank you, my dear. Thank you, my dear. And how was listening party?
It was crazy overwhelming. I cried so many times.
Listen, I can only imagine because, child, this project. I'm sure the love and everything as well.
It was
I know.
insane. I didn't even play them the full project because in the end I was just like, I don't want to take away from the experience
So
that
just
you
like a
get.
teaser, basically.
Yeah, it was nice. Like at the end of the night, a girl came up to me. She told me that she'd lost her mum this year and that she's been using my music to get through it.
How?
The way I cried. I've actually got a video of the clip.
I'll have to see it after. I'll have to see it afterwards,
I
chat. But how does that
cried.
feel when someone comes to us like your music is helping them get through like a tough time?
That's the only reason why I do it. People always ask me like, how do you want your music to make people feel? And it's not happy, sad. It's not any of those emotions. It's I want people to feel seen.
Yes.
That's it.
Facts.
That's all.
Facts. It's true. It's true. Do you remember when we first met? Cause I do my research, honey, and I said,
When we
"Wow."
first met, I feel like I've known you for so long now that I can't even trail back.
Listen, I can tell you because you know what? 2018, from my memory anyway, it was the Hella Turn show. You remember? You did Hella Turn. I was showing the. Yeah.
Manny.
Yes.
We don't speak about those days. Oh my God.
You know what? Yeah, I was like, wait, because I was doing my notes for the episode. I was like, let me go back to the beginning.
The beginning.
First meet you. I was like, so I said, I suppose Hella Turn. So I went to go and find the flyer. I found the flyer and everything, chair.
Oh my God.
It was November
yes.
2018.
Yes, it was. That was the
So I
day
think at
that my
that
mum
point-
gave up my rabbit.
Okay, what's the story behind that, please? Tell us the story about that.
I was leaving to come. I remember, Maddie, do you remember that was when I used to wear wigs? Do you remember?
Yes,
I was wearing a wig.
Like a short wig. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
it was like a mid one. It was a middle part. Girl, that wig was not sitting. She was standing. She was standing for the Lord. Oh my gosh.
Don't kill me.
No, I remember my mum coming up to me. She was like, "Say bye to Gray," and I was like, "Why am I saying
Wait,
bye to Gray? Where's Gray going?" And she was just like, "Gray has to go," and I was like, "What?" And then I came home, and my rabbit cage was not there.
Oh,
My rabbit was not there.
not even stuff for the memories. Everything was gone.
Gone.
Jesus.
Gone. What's it gone?
But that was the first time I met you in person.
That's so
Honestly, you did amazing that night, by the way.
No, I
You
didn't.
You did. No, you said this to me the last time. You felt like you didn't do amazing, but you did
No,
amazing.
I didn't.
Why did you feel like you didn't do amazing?
Manny, have you seen the footage?
I'll watch it again.
No, let's not.
No, but I was there in person, and I felt it.
I
It
was so
good.
nervous. That was baby mon.
I know, but the evolution, we're going to get into evolution anyway because the growth that I'm hearing from you, honey, I don't want to get ahead of myself now, but also, the person that put me on to you, we shall mention his name on this podcast. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
You know the emoji, like, woo,
Oh my,
and the money.
Oh my gosh, yes, because I was doing source control.
Yeah. Yeah, he put me on to you as
Manny,
well.
you
So
came to flog my
listen,
memory today.
because I was thinking, I was like, I'm very bad remembering the stuff, how I've met people, but this one, I said, how can I forget this one? How can I forget?
What a time to be alive,
Honey.
You know the PTSD that I got from that situation. I'm
Traumazine.
Traumazine. Trauma trampoline, like crazy. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that's how I met you and discovered you. And of course, a lot has happened since then. But before we get into you and the project, we're going to play a quick game.
Okay, let's go.
Song Association.
Oh, man.
I've seen how you butchered this game.
Do you know what's
already.
even mad? When I watched you and Paula's episodes, yeah, I was like, Paula, how you not getting it?
You know what the guests always say this. Listen, they're always like, when I'm watching it, I'm like, how do you not get this one? But when it's their turn now.
Oh, God.
But are you ready?
Okay, cool, let's go. I can't even sing today. Let me try.
You know
Let
what?
me try
You know what? Just do like a lower octave, or you can even just word it,
Cool,
whatever.
got you.
No
Alright, cool,
problem.
let me try.
So you can get 5 words afterwards as well. But
Okay.
I'll give you the 5 words first. The
Okay.
first word is great.
How great is our God.
You know, I feel the same thing. This is how you know we're in sync. Because I literally for how great is our God. Literally, that's what I thought.
Because I really want to sing today, but if I sing, they're going to be like, great is our God.
Oh, we'll see how
Oh
great.
my gosh. Manny, if you make me sing on this show
I'm
today
gonna
with this
have
flow,
that-
they're going to be like, with this flu, they're going to be like, that's not Mnelia. She's a
This
fraud.
is somebody else, Jess.
She's a fraud.
But you got 1 point. Bomb. Bam, bomb, whatever you want to say it.
Bomb.
Yeah. Like, bomb.
Bomb.
Yeah, so. The pressure. Ooh.
She got that bomb bass.
Jesus, no.
She got
It's a
that
no from
super-
me. It's a no from me, baby.
Where is bomb in any
So
song?
B-O-M-B, bomb. Like atomic bomb.
Have I even heard the word?
I am crying.
Have I heard the word bomb in a song before?
I'm going to give you 5 more seconds.
You might as well give me 0.
You know what? Firebomb, Rihanna.
I don't know that song.
Jesus, this is from her radar album.
I don't know that
Firebomb,
song.
child. But
I think the only song I know from.
I-
I'm even gonna butcher it because it's
Go
Russian.
on, go
It's
on.
Russian roulette on.
Yeah, that song. Right.
Okay,
So,
that's-
so
I
you,
think that's
you're on the
probably
right album, but just not the song.
Woo!
Damn, so that's 1 point so far.
I'm so embarrassed.
The third word is love.
All you need is love.
Of all songs, you pick this one, baby.
I'm trying to not embarrass
You know
my
what?
vocal.
You know what? It's fair. Okay, so it's 2 out of 3 so far. 2 more words. Oh, this word is quite ironic sick.
I'm so sick of love songs.
Hey.
So tired of
So
it.
tired of
So done with wishing.
That's right. That's even you sick.
still
Come on, come on, hear vocals, honey. Come on, baby. The final word, ready.
I am ready for love.
Okay.
Why are you hiding
I know that's
from
right.
me?
Hey, this is the vocals whilst you're sick, by the way. Imagine when she's well, guys. Imagine when she's well. So you got 4
I
out
got
of 5.
time for
Not bad.
interview.
It's better than what you did with Mimi. I can't lie to you. Because the Mimi one.
Listen to me. She didn't actually. The way she edited that, I need her to actually free up the footage because that was absolutely.
I love Mimi.
It was a mockery of
No, you
my
know what I
talents.
said? I said a singer, a musician.
It was a mockery of my talents. I know I'm talented.
My chest, honey. But yeah, you got the 4 out of 5. Do you want to give me 5 words?
Yeah, let's go.
You can do 5 words. Go.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
I'm gonna give you some easy ones.
Okay.
Rehab.
Oh, they tried to make me go to rehab. I said no.
He said no.
Nay.
You know what's even mad about that, yeah?
What?
I thought you was gonna go for the
Rihanna.
Rehab.
I didn't want to be predictable.
Ah!
I knew what
But then you went for the most predictable one. Okay.
You know how Rihanna stands, so people will be like, oh, you always speak Rihanna songs.
Big
But I still
Rihanna
need to do
stan.
something
I
different,
can't lie.
child.
But do you know?
So-
Do you know what? Yeah, would I claim to be? I don't know if I claim to be a Rihanna stan, but she is my favorite musician.
I get it. Because me, I was a jobless stan, honey.
Woo!
I had no job at that time. I was here
Oh,
running fan
there
pages.
was.
Yeah, I had a whole
There
fan page that
was.
she followed at that time. You know,
Stop.
Manny loves Riri.
Oh my
page
gosh,
is
I
gone.
remember
The
that.
page is gone though.
No,
The page is
I
gone.
remember that.
Yeah?
I remember that. I remember
Yeah?
that. That was around the time when like the Slumflower was
Yeah.
had a renaissance and
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah?
So Manny, I've known you since before
But,
2018.
You know what? When it came to me at the event, you're like, I know. I said, you know me. I said, wow.
Oh yeah, no, because I was a Twitter girl. It's only now that I'm scared of
You
Twitter.
know, I get it. Like that app has changed so much.
I need to go back on it, but like I'm terrified.
You know what? I will hold your hand for it because honestly, we need to use all the platforms.
This is
for
the
our
thing.
child,
Like
you know?
I hate the fact that like all my whole job it depends on reach.
I know. Yeah, I get
Woo!
it. I understand so much, child.
Golly, it's terrifying.
I get it, but I'm here to support you through it, all, baby. I'm
Love
here
you.
to support it. I love you more, my dear.
Okay, next song.
So, second words.
Smoking.
Smoking out the window.
Period.
Is that what's it again? Silk Sonic, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm smoking on my ass back tonight.
Period.
I love
That's
that.
what I
Oh,
saw.
that's what you saw.
That's what I saw.
Can't wait to see her live, man. She's actually day after you.
Yeah, she is.
Listen,
She
the
is.
R&B girls, the black women in music. I got Beyonce and Bellah in May, so a few weeks now from now, and then I've got you and SZA back to back too. I love it.
Back.
Listen, that's greatness. I'm going to witness throughout.
Amen.
I'm so happy. I'm excited. I'm gonna get into your
Legacy
headline later on,
Legion.
though.
Oh, I can't wait.
Gonna get into it.
How many more words am I meant to be giving you?
3 more, I believe.
3 more words. Okay.
Yes.
Party.
Predictable one again.
Go on.
Party in the USA.
That's the predictable.
No, I'm gonna do
I thought he was
Beyonce.
gonna-
I'm gonna do
We
Beyonce
like
party.
to
Yeah, I thought I was
party.
predictable. I said no, I'm gonna do Beyonce. So
Wow.
party in the USA. Yeah.
I need to give you difficult ones. Okay, sugar.
Oh, sugar. You know, someone thought it was gonna be hard for me the last time, but I got it that time. Your lips like sugar, your lips like sugar. It's when it got you sprung. Hey, Ajay. You said that to time.
I crazy.
Listen, that song, Flow Rider in
banger.
Winter, amazing, fantasticals.
Wow. Jesus.
Listen,
What a
I love it.
banger.
Chad, the last word.
Okay, last word.
Oh, if I don't get this, we're tied.
Differences.
Hey,
You know a song with differences in it.
the pressure's worse because that's a big word. That's a big ass word, sis. You give me a big one, you give me an easy
He
laugh.
said
Like,
3 syllables, now you pushing it.
oh, differences. Fuck. Jesus. God. Dun, 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 dun.
Do you know, it's so mad. I was just about to do that in my head.
Wait, sing, baby. Difference. That's my song for you. Differences. I don't have a song, honey. What was it? What song they had in mind?
Let me play it for you.
Go on. I'm gonna be so shy. If it's your song, I'm gonna fall to the floor.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna say I should know this.
expect that because I don't be enunciating in my song.
Fuck off. What was it? I'm shy for myself. My whole life. I don't know the part that says that word in it though. So I would have got. No, I'm not getting it anyway. I wouldn't have gotten it at all.
The part of the song that has it in it.
The word in it. That's how the word differences in the song. You know, there's some songs that have the title, but the word's not in the song.
You know what? You're actually right.
Hey, that means I have won.
I don't know about that.
My whole life has changed.
Yes, it is.
You know what? We drew it. It's cool.
Period.
It's
Fo,
cool.
fo, fo.
But it's time to get into serious business, honey. Your project, by the time this is out, your project Closure Tapes is going to be out. Let's start off with the title. What inspired you to title it Closure Tapes?
So since I was young, my most vivid memory of music as a child was like cassettes.
Yeah.
And I
That's
feel like
true. It's true. It's
we
true.
used to like record our
Yeah.
voices, sing on it. Me and my cousins used to sing as Christina Aguilera, and without realizing it from a very young age, singing has always been therapy for me.
Yeah.
And the whole process of going through that breakup and all of that stuff was like I had to find a means to go back to the younger me that needed the healing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was me revisiting that. But I think the biggest part of the closure side of things was that when I endeavoured to make this project, because I'd had a project before and I completely scrapped it. I didn't have faith in it. Yeah, it wasn't me. It wasn't honest. I was going to studio to distract myself as like an escape mechanism as opposed to actually just releasing and using it as therapy. So by the point where I was like, do you know what, I'm actually going to talk about what I'm going through and what this next chapter is for me, the first song that I made was Closure. And then upon hindsight, I was like, bro, this is exactly what this whole phase has been. It's about me trying to get closure and understanding of the relationship, me signing, me being pregnant now, having a child, my lack of self-identity post-pandemic. Yeah.
God damn. So, all in all, this project explores heartbreak. And you know what? I listened to it yesterday and I was like, God damn. I'm hearing a grown woman right here. And so, of course, how was it like having to sit down for months? How long did it take to actually make the project, first of all?
18 months.
God damn. This is time. You spent a lot of time and love into this. And I can hear it when I listen to a project. So how was it like having to explore your emotions, write it down, put pen to paper, and then go to the studio and record it?
I think it was quite a retrograded process in the sense of like I would make the songs in the studio, be fine, and then be on a train months later listening to the song like, this is going on. Wow, this really happened. Like, it was really like, it was peak. I had a lot of like train crashes after, emotional train crashes, but like it was, I think the numbness in the middle of the process allowed for the process to be as, it allowed for me to be as, I don't know, like, I became a slave to the process because I couldn't feel anything.
Yeah.
So no matter what, it was like, I can spill this on the, I don't care. And then later on, I'm listening, I'm like, whoa, girl, not too much.
Not too much. You know, I think when it comes to UK, I feel like we're scared to not saying of you, but just in general as a collective, we're scared to like be so open and let people know our
100%,
business.
Yeah.
So how was it like having to realize, okay, it's gonna come out eventually, and people are gonna hear this? How was it like? How did you navigate through that and say, you know what, I'm willing to be open about my story?
I had to learn to not care. I
Chair.
had to learn to not care, and I think I'm at a point now where I genuinely don't care.
You don't give a irk.
I don't give a irk. And do you know what the worst thing of all is? Yeah, I've never really been acclimatized to caring about people's like opinions as such. I am definitely in my true nature like a people pleaser, but only for the people that I love.
It's the cancer in us.
Do you get?
It's the cancer in
It's
us.
the people that I love.
Yeah.
This is why this morning when my mum was like, stay in bed, I said no, I'm not letting. It's Manny. Are you crazy?
Oh, my
like
love.
no matter what, if it's someone I love, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I care less about people that I don't like. Do you get what I mean?
I'm the same way.
Exactly.
Same way.
But like, I've already told you guys I was in a public relationship. You know what's going on. Why would I sit here and pretend now? Like, it's not my job. If I decided that I was gonna let you guys in that far, how dare I now be like barricading the doors? Don't come in.
I get it.
Equal rights. If I didn't want you guys to know, I wouldn't have let you know from the first place.
It's facts. It's facts.
So
how was it navigating through a public breakup? 'Cause of course, I'm sure we knew that you were together, all that kind of stuff. How was it like navigating through that? Like,
it's kind of weird because I feel like more people knew that we were together than knew that we hadn't been together anymore. Because the only way that you would have found out that we weren't together was via my Instagram story when I did a Q&A. I didn't actually have any intention of coming out and be like, oh, by the way, we're not together anymore. Number one, because I don't have the time for the single mum brigade that are going to be like, oh yeah, could never be me, me. Oh, you guys are so hell-bent upon having youths and not being married. I didn't want to deal with any of that at the time because I was still processing my emotions. But I think more than anything, I had a duty within myself and as Ro's mother to
we
protect.
love Ro here, by the way. Ro, our little prince.
He be running the city.
No, that's right.
Ooh,
I'm gonna get into him later on as well.
He is my main priority. I have to protect him.
Yeah.
And if that means protecting his father too, then fine. But if it means protecting me the most, then
well,
sorry.
Listen, it's true. It's true. So, of course, it's just great. This is a lot, man. I'm so happy to hear first of all, and I'm happy you're being open because for me, I think I've witnessed parts of it. Of course, I don't know the full story, whatever, but I've witnessed it. I've witnessed you grow, become your own, all that kind of stuff. And I know in this project you talk about spirituality a lot. You mentioned God, you know. I'm in my notes. You mentioned like you also do a lot of like double meanings in there. Like you throw like Genesis, of course. Yeah. Genesis, Exodus, Revelation. So how did spirituality help you through this time?
It saved my life. 2021, I genuinely didn't think I was going to reach 2022. Wow. I didn't think I was going to make it out alive until December 2021. My managers got me a book, The Power of Now. Wow. And it centered me so much. Not because at that time I was even tapped into God and spirituality, but it centered me because I was just like, okay, there's purpose here. Yeah. I have purpose. Yeah. Like I can live, I can do something, I can function. And then beyond that, just trying to find more depth and being raised in a very spiritual house as well. Like for me, God has become the epicenter of my sanity.
Ooh, child. Like
he's the middle of my peace. Yeah. Not because of any reason other than he's a guarantee. Yeah. Like it's not because with him I won't suffer or because with him I'll know everything. Yeah. It's just simply because no matter what trial, no matter what tribulation I'm gonna go through, I know I have him as my blanket. Ooh, child. On the other side of that, he's gonna make sure it works out for my better good.
You're preaching to me today.
Nah, because
like it's hitting me.
you have to know. Yes. You have to know. It's true. And I feel like ever since I understood the sentiment of a man that doesn't believe anything can stand for everything, I'm like, I need my one thing that I'm certain about. That's not human. That's not tangible. That I can't feel, that I can't touch, but that lives within. Yeah. And that's God.
Facts. Amen. Hey, Pastor Mons. Pastor Mons. Now I want to talk about like navigating through heartbreak. I want to be open here as well because child, I've gone through my own heartbreaks in my time.
This is why I make the music.
Yeah. Your first heartbreak, and also what made this one different too?
My first heartbreak. Ooh,
oh God, child. Let's get into our first heartbreaks.
My first true heartbreak, was my relationship before.
We're getting some thanks, honey.
Satan said, you
Go on,
know,
baby.
you
Go
gonna
on.
talk.
Listen.
My relationship before the relationship that I got my child from.
Mm.
And I think that was my biggest heartbreak to this day, you know? Because I still deep down really love that human being. Like,
that is very hard.
I
That's
do,
very
and I
hard.
think I can admit that.
Yeah.
Just not necessarily in the sense of I love you so much I want to be back with you. I feel like the way time has transcended, I couldn't do that again. But just simply in the sense of like, you meet someone that is your jigsaw puzzle. Like, that was really my jigsaw puzzle. Like, he was like the if I was a man, I'd be him. And I think that was the first time that I felt, admittedly, like a sense of betrayal. Like, it was the first time, and I was like, what is this feeling? What is this emotion? What do you mean me? How did you do you get what I mean? Like, it was a lot of things. And I feel like right after that, I was flung into so many scenarios and situations because like, you know, I'm still healing and it was a lot. It was so much. But I think the difference between that heartbreak and the heartbreak with Rose's dad was that with Rose's dad, I have to deal with you for life. And once I'm done with you, I'm done. I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. I want to leave it alone. But now there's a forever between us because there's a child. And as much as like I'll forever love you for giving me that child, there is a part of me that of course wants to detach. I don't want to have to interact with you. And that not in a hurtful way, not to say you're not a good person or whatever, but we're not compatible. And that lack of compatibility, I protect myself from people I'm not compatible from. So the fact that I can't barricade and put up that wall against you frustrates me sometimes.
Yeah, I get it. For me, my first heartbreak, my father, my daddy. Listen, I saw about my podcast before. Someone gets like too much, but child, like you said about it being like that first experience of betrayal. Yeah, betrayal. You know when you feel like, oh, it's like you're meant to be there, like you're gonna live to what you're saying. That makes sense, but. Yeah, that one was my first. But the first romantic heartbreak now, I feel like it really was very similar to my relationship with my dad in terms of amazing with words.
Yes.
But then the actions now.
That's so mad you
What
say
you
that
like?
because I feel like I can relate. Like a lot of my relationships, I think just generally our fathers lay the framework for the way we love. They do, like, and I've got a good relationship with my dad. He's very much here, active, supportive and present. But the certain qualms that I do have with my relationship with him are qualms that I always consistently revisit in my relationships with men. So I resonate with that very deeply.
Absolutely.
I can't lie. I'm like,
What?
you being that vulnerable, like.
It's because of you.
Nah.
It's because of you, honey.
Nah.
Like, it's a safe space for this pod, is for all of us to be safe. Even myself as well, because I would not take it somewhere else. I'll say it where I feel safe, and I feel safe here, and I hope that you feel safe too, honestly.
Do. Oh, Manny, you don't know how you just melted my heart.
Don't make me come cry here now.
No, sorry.
Don't make me cry.
No, I won't do that, but
No.
I'm proud of that moment, that admittance and that acknowledgement of your
My eyes are
emotions
watering.
out
Oh,
loud.
God.
No,
Stay up.
don't let them.
It'll be
Don't
fine.
let them.
It will be fine.
You were cancer.
Woo,
Don't let
share.
them.
We
Nah,
got this.
It's not easy.
Nah, but so how do you navigate through heartbreak?
I don't.
Oh, child.
I don't.
Let's get into it.
I
That's
commit
real.
so much of myself to relationships. I love to be loved. Like I desire to be loved like a normal human being does. Like I want to be loved so badly. I don't want to be liked. I don't care about being liked. I'm the sort of person that growing up, my wildest dream was not to be a superstar. I had no idea that Mnelia could even exist because I was a shy girl. Kind of not shy,
like
but
reserved,
more reserved.
yeah.
I was definitely more reserved. Like I was definitely the class clown, and like everyone could get
because you got the jokes, Eddie. You got the jokes.
Definitely the class clown, but like there was a lot that nobody knew was transpiring in here and in here, and just
it's everywhere, man. All of you.
All of me, and all I'd ever wanted was to be a wife and a mother. That's all I wanted, and I think every single time I've experienced heartbreak, it's not because of a particular person, it's because that specific dream has been taken away from me.
Oh, you're shaking me to my core today.
Boy, it could have not been you. It could have been anybody else, but it's the sentiment of the fact that I know what I want for myself, and you have prevented that from happening. That's
But I hope you know, this comes from a friend now, from a friend to a friend, that can still happen. I hope you know that.
I pray it does.
It will.
But I'm
It will,
not
you know.
losing sleep on it anymore because I
You
have
know-
the
yes.
greatest love. I have two of the greatest loves. I'm a mother and I'm a daughter of Christ. Do you get what I'm saying?
Amen.
So like I'm on the inside out, I'm calm. There is definitely a part of me like, especially being a single mom, I'm like, bro, like, who gonna rub these feet? Stop playing with me. Yeah, stop playing with me. I need a back rub.
No, that's right.
Like,
Come on.
and
All the rubs.
all of them.
All of them.
No
All
exceptions.
of them.
And not even to say that there's not been anybody that's come since my last relationship, but I'm just like very adamant about the sort of love that I'm willing to receive now. I'm not
Let's get into that.
compromising.
So, what kind of love do you want to? Of course, for you to say yeah to somebody.
In order to
you know
say
what I mean?
yeah.
Say yeah. No pun intended, baby. I'm so done. To say yeah, what does a man have to show? Not just even say, but show you for you to say, yeah, I'm gonna go further with you, go into a relationship with you, and that kind of stuff.
You have to be a man of principle and etiquette.
Yeah.
Like principle in the sense of you stand for stuff you believe in, what you believe in. You also have to be the sort of person that understands that responsibilities outweigh happiness and fun every single time. Because there's going to be time for us to enjoy life.
Yeah.
But you have to be responsibilities led and driven because I am. And I think as well, like, I refuse to be in a tandem again in my life where I feel like I'm overcommitting and the other person can slack. Because it's such a common theme with my exes. Like, y'all just decide to become bums and why?
You said right.
Stop doing it. Stop doing that. I don't like it. I don't like it.
No, I agree. I'm excited.
And also, I refuse to engage with anybody based off their potential and capacity.
If I get out of this room right now. If I get out of this room right now.
I'm not doing it.
No.
I'm not.
Nah, me, I was walking, it's a walker. You got potential.
You don't.
Not anymore.
You don't.
I want to see what you got now. If we don't have
Thank
it,
you.
if you don't have it, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Next.
Next.
To Ariana
Ariana
Grande.
Grande.
No, I relate to that a lot. I think for me, I tweeted the other day, I was like, I'm happy that I've got to learn what love is and isn't. Because, of course, as I mentioned, with my dad setting a very lovely example. You know?
Let me find him.
Bombastic side eye. You know? It made the bar in hell. Like, the bar was under the ground. So I think I was just, like you said, like, I was giving more emotionally. And I think what I'm looking for moving forward, if I do get in a relationship, whatever, is someone that is emotionally present, within themselves as well. Like, they show up from themselves. Because when you show up for yourself, you show up for others. So, like, it's important that they show up for themselves. They know who they are. It's not even about, being queer as well. It's not about being out to the world, but being out to yourself. Like, are you walking in denial?
I love that.
Denial is a
You're
river in
right.
Egypt.
Denial is a river in Egypt. I swear.
Honestly.
You hit the nail on the head when you said that. Because I feel like everyone nowadays has a choice, right? To live for themselves or to live for the world. Yeah. Because the world is right in front of you. It's on your phone. Yeah. Like, and I feel like that was something I experienced with my ex a lot. I can't tell whether you are doing this because you want to do it for me or because you feel like, if you do this, everyone's going to look at you and think you're a good person. Forget what everyone thinks for a second. Are you doing what's right for you?
Authenticity.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's the reason why I think that's one of the only reasons why I can sleep well at night. Because I know that no matter what happens, I did it because at that time I knew that that's what I wanted to do for me. And if I have to stand on that, then I can stand on that.
Amen.
Fine.
No, we're getting some. We've barely even gone to the episode, you know.
That's so mad. Nah, but
wow,
you're spitting.
I love this.
You're
So
spitting.
are you, my dear. So you're just preaching to me as well. Like, I'm so happy. Also, that you being here is perfect time because when you're speaking to me now, I think I need this message more than ever. So.
I could have never done this before because I hadn't. It's heartbreak comes with different stages. Comes with different stages.
When I tell you, because I went through my first heartbreak 2016, I thought I'd healed by 2018. No, 2019, it woke me up again. I said, wow.
Yeah, I be having like, I'm never gonna lie. Another reason as to why I'm apprehensive to just dive into something is because I'm still healing.
Healing is constant, you know.
Can piss me off on a random Wednesday. Like on a random Wednesday, I wake up and I'll be like, why the hell did I let this person into my heart?
That question.
Why did I let you into my heart? Did you deserve?
Did you? If I get out of this room, I want to run out of this room right now. I want to take off my jacket right now and run.
I've been thinking about it a lot. And that's not to say that. It's because I'm No, in fact, I was about to lie and say it's because I'm not over it. It's because I'm not over it. Because it takes a lot for you to understand why somebody is even capable of hurting you. It's like, no matter what happens, you're still going to there's always going to be a part of you that can reminisce on the times when you were resentful towards your father for what he did for you. Yes. That doesn't mean that you're not over it or that you haven't like reached your full healing capacity. But I feel like we negate the actual true soft core of our emotional memory when we do stuff like we're like, oh yeah, I'm over it.
These times we're lying to ourselves.
You can be married to someone and still feel like away about the fact that someone's hurt you. One thing about me, I'm not gonna drag anybody through my disparities, but somebody gotta answer for those crimes.
Listen for the crimes. But you know what? Yeah, I think a very big part of growing and healing is realizing that it was not about you, even though it happened to you. The issue is, like, as long as they don't do the work, they are going to be the same person to every other person. That makes sense. So you can't put what they did on you or as that's what you deserve. Like, and I hope that, as again, a friend talking to friend, that you know that it was not about you. It was literally just like some men are gonna be stupid men, regardless, you know. And until they do the work, they will not grow. You know, and that is not on you.
Yeah, you're right.
And you've done the right thing to move on and to heal. Because honestly, or to begin the healing journey, because honestly, some people just settle. They'll just settle and lay there like bread. You can't.
You know what though? I can actually admit that I was settling for a long time because it's not like shit wasn't happening. Like there were things happening, but I was always like, yo, I'm gonna work this out for the greater good of baby. I'm gonna work this out for the greater good of baby. Yeah. But it was when I felt like I wasn't given a choice. It was almost like...
Yeah. Is that breaking point, basically?
Yeah, but not even a breaking point for self. It's like, it wasn't even down to me. It was like, it was his decision. He decided, right, cool, yeah, come.
Oh, we're going to get into that. Because I heard a track.
You heard a track?
I said, Jesus.
Where?
The track, the interlude, baby.
Oh.
That is, we're going to get to that. But before we get to that, though.
Yeah, I forgot I put that on the project.
Listen, when I tell you that threw me off my tracks, I said, okay, we're going to get to the can't rush too fast. Let's get into the first single, Closure. I want to start by saying that. I think I said it when I reviewed it on the pod. I was like, I love how you went to business. You did not waste time. You didn't say, I'm going to let the beat run. You said, I'm getting...
Period.
Life was just like a movie. Period. Just like a movie.
Straight to the point.
Let's get into the first single, Closure. What is closure? Because the title says it all, but get into what closure means to you, especially.
Closure wasn't actually written about my relationship.
Oh, is
it? It was written at the time about the way that I viewed my relationship with my mum.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because that's my right hand now. I love her to bits. But I think there were parts in my life where I thought, how come the relationship should be like this? How come it's not like that? Like, I thought love was like the movies. I thought like, I would grow up and I come downstairs, there's platter of breakfast on the table. I pick up my egg and I go. I don't touch anything. I don't touch a sausage. I pick up my packets and I go. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, but it like relationships will never ever transpire how you dream them to. They will always transpire how they were destined to and how they were designed to.
That's a word.
Like, and I think a massive part of me really falling deeply in love with the woman that my mother is was me recognizing that I had to get over what my conception of love was in order to be able to engage with this woman, because she was a woman before she had me. Like, but then at the same time, it was just so applicable across the board, because it was like, I could relate to it when it came to my relationship. I could relate to it when it came to losing one of my best friends. And like, I could relate to it in so many different ways.
That's the power of music, you know, like it just can be translated in different ways, you know, and it's facts.
It's very important.
It's facts. No, I love this one. I love it. So we went from Closure, baby, and now White Lies with Kwengface. Can I just say, the compatibility?
That's my twin.
What made you choose Kwengface on this song, and also how was it working with Kwengface?
It's so mad because like everyone's so confused at that collaboration, but if you had us in the room together, you would understand it. We are the same human being. I just don't wear belly.
I love the video you guys did together as well on your channel. I loved it.
He's my favourite. I love him so much. That's actually my twin. We're born. It's like my whole PR run is Kwengface is my twin. Kwengface is my twin. We were born on the same day in the same year.
Yeah. Wow.
Like, literal twins. Legitimately.
God damn.
Legit.
Okay.
Yeah, man. He's a solid character, and to me, a lot of my musical integrity lies in not compromising who I work with.
Oof, yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Because
Yeah.
there were other options for White Lies, and not to say that they weren't like viable choices, but I think by the point I'd heard Kweng's take on it, I was like, you didn't give me you gave me your conception of what like my world is, and I really appreciated that. Like I proper appreciated it. And then he would come to like when we did the acoustic, like he would just randomly pull up on set days, and he's just such a character. Like he's just ready to work, so hungry, and like he reminds me a lot of myself in the sense of like we weren't it wasn't a silver spoon where we've grown up, but like anything to make anything out of anything. Do you get what I mean? Like just his work ethic is beyond words. I love his team. I just love him to pieces.
You can feel it. You can feel it in the song as well. And you know what? I loved when he was singing as well. He said, if I die,
how did he?
I said, what? I was so impressed. I was impressed.
So honoured.
Honestly, I listened to his music.
So
I was like, oh, let me get to his music. I was like, wow, like he's actually singing here. He's getting out of his comfort zone.
I was
for
so
the good things.
It was so crazy because he decided to do that the day that we were in the studio together, and I was like,
so you just experienced it in real time. I
remember the first time I pulled up to the studio, he had his belly on. I was like, today's gonna be a long day. They don't put me with another nigga. Another one of the hoodlums. I want hoodlums. And then I was having a conversation with his manager. I really, really liked his manager. And then when he finally took off the belly, I was like, yeah, welcome home.
This is it.
Welcome home. My good
we can now see Kwengface for real, for real.
You get what I'm saying? We can really see Kwengface.
You know, you got it.
But he must have like, there was one day when we were snapping each other and he was like to me, Mons, I'm taking off the belly, you know. Wow. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, I took it off for my colours.
I saw that. Yeah.
Well done. Handsome GH boy.
I love that.
What? The DMs that he was getting after White Lies.
I can believe that.
Hey!
I can believe that. Because you know what? He sounded so good. Like the compatibility with you both, the verses, everything. Flawless. Honestly, so what is White Lies about?
It's about the different phases that you go through before the breakup. So it's like, I know something in my spirit is telling me this is not for me, and we're just going back and forth, which is why the part A, part B, the call and response of Kweng was so necessary. Like
that part,
the
call and response, like it was giving me like throwback collaboration, not the ones where you, like just paste off the verse there,
and then you can tell you people
feel
were
the
two different time zones when it was yeah, no, it's stuff like that. I like for my music to illustrate something. Yeah. And there was like it's such a, I don't know, it's so weird. It's like a coincidental intention. Like where I'm like, I know that I want this song to feel like a conversation between a girl and a boy, but I didn't know where it was going to place on the project. Then when I finally started putting the songs together, I was like, this is perfect, because it's the song that represents the back and forth with self. It's like a monologue, but it's also a dialogue at the same time. Like, it's like, I don't want this, but like, why am I lying to myself? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, why lie? Like, I know that I don't want this, and I know that I want you, but at the same time, like, why am I lying? Why are you lying? Why are we lying? What's going on? There's so many lies. The lies.
Where's the candy?
Yeah.
No, I love that song. I love it. But Genesis, there's so much Genesis. Wow. Again, you don't waste any second. You go straight into it. Was that intentional when we can make some of the music, like you going straight to the point and not waiting for the beat to do its thing? Yeah,
you know, I think because my manager is also a producer. He's the one that produced the first track on the project. Like, so the process of me making my music is very thorough. I will play him the songs and I will like, he'll hear the songs, or he'll be in the studio when the songs are being made, and he'll be like questioning, do you think we should? And I'll be like, maybe we shouldn't. And we really like dissect the music. Yeah. With Genesis, it was a case of we had a sample at the beginning of it, and eventually we were like, you know what, no point clearing a sample, let's try and do an intro. We tried an intro and it wasn't banging. We were just like, bro, straight in, like
wasted
straight to the point.
A second. But let's get into Genesis and what it's all about.
Genesis is the beginning of the end and the end of the beginning. It's the cycle. Like, it's the, I've been heartbroken, now I need to find myself again because this happened. Yeah. And yeah, I think that day was crazy.
Let's get to that day, baby. That day.
So I got a call the night before, and they were like, there's the Swedish producers that would really want to work with you. And funnily enough, they'd been in a session with Bells the day before. Oh wow! And then I called Bells. I was like, "What was it saying? Like, were they calm?" And she was like, "Yeah, they're amazing. Like, you should do it." And I was just like, "Okay." first session with international producers in London, because I'd worked with producers in LA, but it was like first time that people had come to London and wanted to work with me. So I was just like, okay. Woke up that morning, I was like, I don't know if I want to do this session. I don't think I'm good enough. I feel like I'm just gonna mess up the session. I don't know, it's just not gonna go well. I don't know. Then they called me and they were like, how a songwriter that I was like really fond of was coming to the session. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, cool, I can do it. I've got to High Street Ken. I was there. We started straight off the rip. They came with heat. I said, I'm inspired. My light bulb went.
Literally, bright as light.
And the first thing I wrote was, since I freed my mind, I've been focused ever since. And now I want a house on the hills and a Bentley coupe with the tints. That was the first thing I wrote.
That's the second verse, right?
Second verse.
That's second verse.
Thank you.
I think my favorite part of a song is the second verse. I don't know what about second verses in songs.
Second verses are my bag.
They get to the point.
Yeah.
You know?
I like. There's so many times when I've made my second verse and had to go back to my first verse because
you saw my caption. My caliber ain't made for stress, baby.
Period.
It's fast.
Period.
That's what I'm at right now in life. Like, I love where it's placed on the project as well, because like it's almost like the end of that part, like it's the end of that story, but it's also the beginning of the next as well. So I love where it's placed on it as well.
I was very intentional with that in the sense of Genesis was one of the, again, like Closure, La La La, all of those songs were made on the top half of 2022, sorry. But with Genesis, not with Genesis, sorry, with Revelation, which is the first track, it was like Revelation's one of the last books in the Bible and Genesis is the first.
So I love that you flipped,
even if you're going back on the project, you understand the cycle of Heartbreak, because one thing that I said, especially like they asked me to do like a press quote and I was just like, Heartbreak is very familiar to the average lover. You know what heartbreak feels like if you're a lover girl and you're a lover boy. You know what it feels like. So that's why for me, I want Closure tapes to almost serve like a heartbreak Bible, in the sense of any time that you're upset or you're going through heartbreak or you want to reminisce on it, you can, because it's the top to the bottom of it. So Genesis she was intentional. She was an intentional little babe.
No, I love that. And then we've got the remix as well
Pilly
with
Purr.
our very own Bellah, Miraa, and Joyce Wrice as well. Oh my goodness! Do you like it? I've got my notes. Hold on. I said in my notes again. Now it starts off with Bellah. I said, huh?
Yeah.
I missed you because someone gonna tell you my thoughts, but I had to ask sister. I said, you didn't tell me this. You didn't tell me this. I said, what? And then what I love is how her last, I even quoted it. Hold on, let me get my quote, honey. I got the quote because her last line, she says, you can't get that nut back. Come and get your stuff back. And then Miraa jumps in and she says something about get it all back, bring it all back. Yeah. I just love how it flowed from her point to Miraa's point effortlessly. But I know, of course, that you're very close with Bellah and Miraa. Joyce Wrice as well. Is quite close to Joyce as well?
No, not
that's
actually
someone
close,
that you more met from the industry.
Yeah, but it's with Joyce, it was so, she's such that girl. She's such a light spirit. Like I
feel that in her voice.
She was in the studio eating was it celery sticks? I don't even know. She was eating something healthy. And she's just so sweet.
No, I love that.
So sweet. I adore that. Oh, I love that.
But let's get into Bellah and Miraa. I know that of course you're very close with them. Of course, like your sisters basically, isn't it? Your sisters. So how was it like working with people that you see as sisters? Of course, we don't see a lot of like R&B girls collab in the UK. So how important was collaboration for you in terms of having your sisters, girls that you love, and all that good stuff there?
I feel like it was quite an effortless decision for me, especially because again it tied into the project. Like Miss walked me through my heartbreak. She legit held my hand. I would go to her house and cry on her balcony with her. Like, and same with Bells. Like, and Bells is Rose's godmother. So like, to me, it's like Rose starts the project, Bells finishes the project. It's all very full circle. Very full circle for me. But then aside from that as well, these are two women who I am genuinely a fan of. And I have no problem admitting like that they inspire me. When Bells dropped Adultsville, there was times when me and Bells were in LA together, and I would sit down with her and I'd be like, Bells, how can I get better? Like, not because there's a part of me that feels like, I don't have anything figured out, but more so just if you're doing something that I see as inspirational, how dare I not be a student to the game? Like, I'm trying to be great at this shit at the end of the day, you know? Like, and same with Miz, that she's been doing it for so long. Like, she's that's our daddy.
That's how our big daddy.
That's
That's
our
right.
big daddy. Do you
I know
get what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
In order for there to be a Mnelia, there has to be a Miraa that sings on N15 with her guitar. Like, it has to exist. So, yeah, I feel like that it wasn't, I didn't have to think about it.
I love it. The compatibility throughout, like, and he gave us an additional.
I
He gave us an additional. This is a remix. This is not the one where you slap the old with the. No, you gave us a new verse as well. I feel like you sounded, the energy was like they gave you the support. Even like it's giving me like sisters come together to back you, and then like you feel that support. So it made you even come out even more like with more to say. I can feel that you did really amazing on this.
I listened to their verses and I was like, it would be such a crime for me to give them the old verse.
Remind you of Megan with Savage remix. You know she gave us a new verse because of Beyonce and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I get it.
I had to be respectful in that sense.
I had to be respectful.
This song, like, as in, I'm trying to create a song that everybody can listen through to the end. I don't want to give them a part that makes them want to switch it off.
Yeah.
Because if they want to listen to the OG is there.
Yeah.
So
and the old is amazing on his own as well, honey.
Thank you.
It's amazing on his own too. And I heard that it was well received at listening party. I had to really up on everything. Like, I love this. So
we willed it.
I'm really happy. But I want to get into my favourite as well. One of my favourites is Revelations, okay? Featuring Rose. So we've gone from Rose Lullaby, of course, where you dedicated it to Rose, baby, handsome little prince, you know, of course. And then of course I don't think he was recorded, right? Was he born at a time?
Rose Lullaby.
Yeah, was he born at a time?
When it was released I think 2 weeks or a week after he was born. I was in the hospital when I was in the hospital getting a blood transfusion when I announced the Say Yeah acoustic, and then it came shortly after the Say Yeah acoustic. Yes.
So we've gone from Rose Lullaby to Rose having his first feature, baby. Listen, black boy in music.
Black boys in music.
Why was it important for you to put Rose on the first track?
I think because of the fact that a lot of people know me from Say Yeah. And that was like a chapter in my life that I don't know, I think it was like kind of like I don't know. What was Say Yeah?
No, we love Say Yeah in this household. Come on.
We love Say Yeah.
We do.
We do love Say Yeah.
You're not convincing me. We're gonna get Say Yeah in a bit anyway. We're gonna get into Say Yeah in a bit.
Bombastic side eye. No, nah, I love Say Yeah. She opened up so many doors for me. But I think she I can admit came up in a time of like serious bewilderment for me. I felt like I was in the jungle.
Wow.
So, and just hearing the fact that was a song that was dropped before he was even conceived, and then he was singing it, I was like, it felt very full circle. And Revelation is all about me letting people into to why I've been gone for so long, and what I've been up to, what this next phase of life looks like, and who I'm doing it with, and that's the baby that I got to feed, so no favors, period.
The Revelation, it sets the tone for the project, and it's like, oh, wow, we are on some grown woman shit, man. My favourite song, though, La La La.
I knew you were going to say that.
When I heard it, I said,
I knew you were going to say
come
that.
again.
I knew you were going to say that.
I want to get to La La. I'm mixing the order of the track list right now, but I want to get to that one because
he's like,
that one, La La La. I said, how are we? It's modern, but we're taking us Bellah. How did you do it? Let's get into La La La. Let's get into it. Take the floor on that one.
La La La, effortless. I think that was the easiest song to make on the project. Me, Matt Keane, Esther, Jayla Darden. It was just a beautiful flow of kids that you can tell are like they're R&B kids. Yeah. They were raised in R&B homes, and like even just down to the fact that it was just such a soulful process. Like we were so chill. Wow. I remember it was raining outside.
But you feel the chillness on the song. You feel it. You actually feel it.
It was raining and like maybe not torrential. Let me not be dramatic in my true nature. But like I remember Mac was slouched on the couch with a guitar, and Jayla was just chilling, and I was just there, just chilling, and Esther was just on the thingy, and then Max stood up and he went on the piano, and he was like, bam, 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 and then he lied down. You know, he sat back down in the seat again, and he was like, da da da, and then we were like na na na, and then we were like la la la, and eventually, all of us in the room sang. We were all singing.
It's so beautiful. It is so
Amazing.
and also, is La 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 meant to be penis? Because the first listen, I said, "Oh, this is," but I said, "Wait." The second one, I was like, "Wait, La La
Safe
La."
traffic for the peenie. Nah, it's like
I said, "Ooh."
La 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 reflects the guilty pleasure. It doesn't even
This has
necessarily
to
need
be-
to be sexual. It could be like,
yeah.
for instance, one thing about me, I'm a slave to like you see gag me. You know, like the beginning stage, where you guys cannot get enough of each other and you're just consistently around each other. That to me is the La La La. Even before we even start doing touching, teasing, loving, pleasing, before we start doing all of that extra stuff, that I could do that forever.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm a
Same,
little lover girl.
Same.
I love it.
Just that, it just feels like peace, serenity. You know, like, I love it.
Like when
honestly.
you just randomly text me, like, what are you doing today? Like, you want to see me so bad and I want to see you too.
You know what? It has been 84 years. It's been 84 years.
It's been 84 years.
But let me be honest here. This project, I don't think it's something I don't like. I love every single song. You know what? There's a story to every single one.
Actually,
honestly, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say Closure, where it's I'm getting myself. Nucleus interlude.
Nah, Manny,
you know what it is?
Me so happy right now.
Track listing,
guys. Manny's
so
a harsh critique.
You know what it is? Track listing. It makes everything make sense. Because Closure was the first single. I was like, okay, where are we gonna go
with this
with Closure afterwards? So when I had a project, I was like, okay, we've gone to Nucleus interlude. Of course, I think you sound hopeful in the beginning, right? Of that, and then of course you're hit with something. You're hit with a message, a core that just rocks your world. You know, and then I love how it goes from that to Closure, and that's why I said, Closure. It makes a lot of sense. So, but that Nucleus interlude, take us through that. And why you wanted to add that into the project?
It's how
you
it
forgot that it
happened.
was in the project a few minutes ago, but let's remember.
You know, I'd be running away from my PCSE.
You know what? What made? Tell us what it was all about.
That's how it happened.
You know what? So was this the actual thing, or was it reenacted?
No. So what it was. Woo! PTSD. Jesus. Hey. So that's exactly how the phone call actually went.
Okay.
But I obviously couldn't use.
Of course. You don't want to come and get the copy. There's the suing or whatever. Yeah.
So I legit gave it to my friend and made them say it.
That call. I said shit then. So when you say it was out of your hands, I got it because I was like, wow. That is just. I'm speechless. When I tell you, I paused it. I just sat there. I was like, okay. I don't know. I don't even think I have to relive all that anyway.
I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Let's go.
So how do you react to that?
I didn't react well. I can remember that day so vividly.
You never forget these things, you know.
Oh my god!
You never forget it.
I was gonna get up and go to Stevie's studio to make a song that day, and then I got the phone call. I remember I was listening to Snow Allegra.
I love her.
I was listening to the whole album. I had just finished listening to "On My Mind, can't get it off my mind," and then my phone rang. Yeah, picked it up. Let's see, it's my ex, and it was such an abrupt conversation. Like it was like, I've made my mind up. This is it, and
you just hit the coldness.
Yeah, it was very cold.
Yeah.
And I couldn't comprehend because at that point it was murky waters. It was definitely like a grey area. Like something had happened. He'd done something, and I was like in my unforgiving stage. But then I was also still like on a, I'm gonna work with this. You just need to give me my time because what you've done is mad. And then when I got that phone call, that's where the betrayal was like, whoa. Because how could you? How come? Where did you feel like you had the right to make that decision to be like? Yeah. Bearing in mind, remember, I've told you that my number one dream of life was to cater to be a wife and a mother. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like, where we're now building towards that, and that's been taken away from me because you've decided, and I can't lie, what I couldn't convey in that interlude, but I experienced was that there was no justification. Like at all, which I feel like a lot of the time it happens to people, and I'm like, it would happen to people, and they would explain this before I'd even gone through it, and I'd be like, how the hell do you deal with that? And then when it happened to me, it's like, bro, I'm dancing with our good friend Suicide over there, and like
Not the safer side.
suit offside.
Not the
Like,
side.
suit offside. And yeah, it was a mad moment, but I feel like there was a part of me that felt like I'd regained my sense of whatever control over the situation, whatever power I felt like I lost in the situation when I admitted that it happened, because I can't run away from it. And again, at first I was so embarrassed by it. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, how can I get done dirty the whole while, and then at the end of it all, I didn't even, at the end of it all, I didn't even get to be the one that had the last say. But I think in that comes so much more peace. Yeah. Because I'm not responsible. Yeah. Like, I'm not responsible. Like, when God is ready to do his final casting call for you want to be on top, like, when he's finally ready, I can really stand there with my back high, because I know that I didn't malice you in any way, shape or form. But I feel that was a stage of heartbreak that just needed to be addressed. And how dare I make a project about heartbreak and not include the actual and I could have dressed it up with a song, but I just thought a lot of the time it's
that kept it all the way real, honey. I said this is some real shit. This is the realest. You know what, I always say this, because I know we've got, I'll mention names, we've got some artists that want to do transparency, but they're doing half in, half out. This is what we call transparency. Like, this is what if an artist gonna go all in, this is what I expect in terms of, like, that's why I love the project, because like it's honest, you know, and I really do applaud you for this project a lot. I know the real ones that love music, love R&B are going to get it, honey. Honestly, I pray they do. You know, because I feel like because this project, I feel like it's different to what people would expect, and I think that is what I like, because I don't like things that are predictable. This is unpredictable. I would not have guessed this at all. Swear. So honestly, no. I think that's it's such a mature sound. I feel like your sound has always been mature, but I feel this is a different level of maturity that, like, it's not safe. This is not safe at all. You know, that's why I was saying yesterday. I get the fear because of, like, okay, it's different, but honestly, my Artemis lovers will be so proud. You know, so
that makes me happy. Honestly,
you are good. You're great. It's not even good. You're great. Okay, honestly, but I want to go to the beginning, child, of your journey. What's your earliest memory of music?
Being in my house, my dad playing loud music, me only having my pants and a t-shirt on, my mum chasing me with trousers, telling me I need to put trousers on. But all I wanted to do was dance to the music.
Wow.
That's it.
That's amazing. And so, what was the first time you actually made an official song?
When I was in secondary school.
God damn.
I remember the chords to this day.
What song about?
I played the Heartbreak.
Oh God! Oh God!
Heartbreak. Yeah.
How'd you go through Heartbreak at that time?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. So I will ask, how was this project different to, like, making 2-4 and After 6?
I was honest. It was no longer experimenting. Like, with the thing with After 6 was I never classed it as a project, because it was just for me to appease my supporters at the time when I was pregnant. I'd just given birth. Yeah. It was a pandemic, and people were expecting something of me. Could say I had dropped at the top of the year, so it was very rushed. Yeah. Like, but it was incentivized for my supporters and only my supporters. And then with 24, it was like, I've just started. I'm experimenting. I did so many different things on that project. I did the Afro swing, I did R&B, I did like the dancehall type of thingy. I did I had like a little mini ballad with the actual song 24. Yes. Did like chops, I did drill. I did so many different things on that project that it wasn't me. It was me just.
Can I say, you just mentioned something? I never knew you were the one that was giving us R and drill before R and drill was a thing. I said, wait, you know what, yesterday I came into the office to work, and then the whole day I was playing the catalogue from top to bottom. I said, I'm not missing one, child. I'm playing everything, child. I was like, wait, this is like, what's 2018, right? I said, ma'am, you're giving us R and drill before it became a thing just recently. God, why aren't you letting people know, honey?
Nah, but I've always kind of been like really experimental. Yeah. So, like, White Lies is legit LMB into his older sister.
Yes.
Like, legit.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah. 24 is one of my favourite songs as well. You know what? It gave me, like, Janae Icon in terms of, like that, like, peaceful, you know. I love it. I love it all, honey. But speaking of my favourite songs, what songs if you weren't Mnelia, what would you recommend for those to listen to from your catalogue so far?
How many songs?
as much as you want. Feel free.
I would tell them, if we're starting from the top, I would tell them to listen to Mutual Ways.
Mhm,
That's my favourite song on 24.
Yeah, love that one as well. Yeah.
Mutual Ways. I'll tell them to listen to Back to You, and then Back to You.
Back to you.
Tell them to listen to Back to You.
If I could take it back,
Period.
I would hold you, never let you slip away. Don't get me started.
Can't I big up my one Scorpio ex? That was the reason why I sang that song. I remember I made that song, yeah, and then I linked him and I played it for him, and he like, it was like a scene from high school. Just looking at each other.
No, but you love that lovey-dovey shit. I love it too, baby. I love it.
I would tell them to listen to Mutual Ways, Back to You, Rose Lullaby, so they understand that I'm a mum.
Yes, I put it on my list as well.
Obviously, Say Yeah.
I'm gonna get Say Yeah in a second anyway.
Obviously, Say Yeah. And off this new project, I would tell them to listen to.
I'm waiting for them. I want to hear the one. I'm waiting.
I would tell them to listen to La La La.
Thank you.
I would tell them to listen to La La La.
Yeah.
And I would tell them to listen to Genesis. Yeah.
I would even add also Say What You Mean.
Say What You Mean.
That was another favourite of mine. Listen, if we talk about every single song, I'm gonna be here for 5 hours. But Say What You Mean, yeah. I also love. I love everything. I love Wish as well. Because as we're going on, we're getting more honesty. And I feel like we're going from like, I feel there's a lot of questions, like inner thoughts, you know. And I think we're starting to get clarity as we get towards the end as well. So I just love the project again for that reason as well. Vocally, you and vocal area and the stackings, yeah. Yeah,
I do love it.
Honestly, we love it. We love it. So for me, I put on my list to recommend. Where's the list? Who? Back to You was first. 24. LMB interlude. Say Yeah. Love Crimes.
Love Crimes. Oh my
Love
God.
Crimes. You didn't add that one. I put Senseless.
Oh.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. The boss singles between Say Yeah. I don't know how you feel about them, but I love them. Senseless, yeah. I bought it off, what do you call it, off iTunes so I can pitch it down and sing in the shower. Listen, no, my bad. How, sis? I can't lie to you. Your catalogue is amazing. Your catalogue is amazing, and I feel like this is a perfect addition to your catalogue, honestly. But I feel like, as I said, it's just evolution. I think that's what I love to see in art, is just growth, evolution, honesty. You've grown up, you know. So honestly, I love it. But yeah, I put my bad as well. La la la.
Of course, La La La.
I don't know. Like, it's just greatness, man. I love it. But let's get into the headline show. How are you feeling because a month away, isn't it? God damn, how are you feeling?
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for you too.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Oh, what should we expect in terms of like, are you going to get choreo? What do you want to get?
Everything.
Oh, I can't wait.
Everything. I'm trying to make this a show. Like, if those motherfuckers would let me put fireworks in the building, I would have fireworks in the building. Stop playing with me.
No, I'm
obviously,
so
Miraa
excited.
is not a small venue, but it's a small venue. And we sold out.
I thought you say, oh, guys, if you missed out, you missed out. Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, congratulations. I'm not even
Sorry.
surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I'm
How do you feel
excited.
about selling out? Is it going to be your first headline as well?
Yeah, first headline ever.
How does that feel? 'Cause I know, of course, we say, yeah. How does it feel about it being now? I feel like I've got my answer, but I'll let you answer first.
I feel like there's so many lessons that I've had to learn to get to this point. And had I done it back then, I wouldn't have been ready.
I've got
And
to say things
a
as well.
massive part of
Yeah.
like my the way I feel towards say I don't dislike it, I don't hate it, but I do feel like she came when she needed to come. But if I could change anything, I would have let her come a little bit later. Because I feel like the expectation that's come after say yeah it's kind of been mad, and it's given people the opportunity to tune in and then tune back out again, and which gives me extra work to put in and be like, okay guys, no, but hi, I'm not a gimmick, hi, like listen to me, like and it's quite an exhausting process, but I think now I'm just kind of letting go and allowing for those that are for me to come to me.
And so it shall.
Amen.
So it shall. I'm so excited for it. I think for me, the reason why I feel like the time is now is because I think with the catalogue as well, again with closure tapes, it's just going to tie together so well. I'm going to give an amazing set list as well. What are you excited to perform the most? From the new and from the old as well.
Oh, from the new La La
Yes.
La. From the new La
I
La
feel like
La.
this project too is giving me proper live. Like I can imagine it live as well. So I can't wait for that one.
Because
Like,
there's strings, there's
Yes.
there's saxophone,
Yeah.
there's everything. Everything was pretty much played in live.
I love that. I love that.
I can't wait to perform Revelation as well. I can't wait to perform
It's gonna be
Revelation.
amazing as well.
I also can't wait to perform some of the stuff in my old catalogue.
So what can you wait to perform?
For my old catalogue,
Mm-hmm.
shockingly, LUV, you know? Yeah, I feel like that's a vibe.
Oh, that's exciting.
I feel like that will bring the summer to the show.
Because it's in June, isn't it?
Mm.
Because it's your birthday as well. When's your birthday?
8 days after, 24th.
Hey! I'm happy it's sold out, honey. That's your birthday gift. Come on. Cuss again.
I'm telling you.
I'm so excited. But of course, there's no way we can end this podcast without talking about Say Yeah. Of course, that was a moment I will never forget. Did you tease the song with the visual first?
It was me and my brother dancing in my room.
Yes! I think he's back again because he was teasing Genesis as well. So, full circle moment. So that happened for NM Court. We saw the visual. Get us into the story of Say Yeah, how that came about, and let's get to that first.
How did Say Yeah come about? Okay. Woo. Have I told this story before?
Oh, then this is the exclusive, baby.
I don't think I've ever told it this intricately. So I was working in Holland and Barrett 2019. My favourite job of life, apart from being a musician.
Yeah.
And at a point, I was just like, bro, like, I love this so much, but I really, really love music.
Yeah.
And my mum wanted me to go uni, and it just wasn't banging. So I was just like, bro, I'm not going uni. It's music. It's music or nothing. So I quit my job. And the same month that I quit my job, I was just going back and forth. I was sleeping in the studios. Like, I was going to CVs. Like, it was legit. I'd get there for, like, 5 or 4 in the afternoon and leave at, like, 4 or 5 in the morning or, like, 8 in the morning, whatever. I remember the first song that we made was Senseless. That was the first song that I produced with Stevie.
Yeah.
And then Stevie sent me... There was a time I went home and he sent me a beat. And it was... Say Yeah, but it wasn't Say Yeah. Like, the drums were different, everything was different, and I was like, I like this, but I don't like it, so we're gonna need to do something to it. Went back in the studio, and then I just told him, take everything out, give me the melody. Here's the drums that I want. He did them. We structured it out. Then we had the first verse. Yeah. We had the intro, first verse, we had the pre, and the hook was, you don't want to be my man and I don't want to be your girl. Boy, I know when you're around me, it feels like you're on top of the world. Choosing lust over love. Cupid.
Don't shut me up.
Nah, it wasn't even
so
Cupid.
it was not the time.
It was something else.
Oh,
It was
wow.
like, we ain't got. I'll find it. I've got it in my phone somewhere. But yeah, like the hook was completely different.
Wow.
And then I remember I went home like 2 weeks later or a week later, and I was just playing. One thing I'll do in my house is I'll play my bounces like there's someone else's unreleased music, and I'll just be dancing to them.
I love that.
So I was doing a spring clean, and then I was dancing to Say Yeah, then my little brother came in, and that's the video as it is.
God.
One take, like that's it as it is. He just walked into the room,
amazing.
my mattress up, and then we were just dancing. Then I put it on my private story, and then one of my brothers was like to me, "Oh, post this on your main." And then I was like, "No."
Hey.
And then my old manager was like, "Post this on Twitter." And I was like, "Okay." I wouldn't post it on my main on Snapchat, but I posted it on Twitter. Then on Twitter, everyone just started eating it up. And I was just like, y'all doing too much. What happened? Why do y'all like this too much? What happened? Yeah, and then after that, there was like Bellah, like, where's the song? And I was like, okay, well, you guys want the song. I'm going to do it properly. So I'm going to give you guys a video. Wow.
And so you did, child. You
so
gave us a visual with the pink lights.
And I was so broke, child. But the way God made it shake for me, like, he legit came and barricaded me with my helpers. They, like, it was crazy. And then, yeah.
Wow. So the success of it, I know. Of course, when us looking in, we're like, oh my God, it's heaven. But of course, as you told us today, like, I feel like there was. How do you feel about the success? Let me. I don't speak for you. I want to speak for yourself. So, how do you feel about the success of Say Yeah? How do you feel about it?
It's a hot and a cold one for me. Like, it's like, I'll forever. Gratitude is at the epicenter of everything to do with that whole situation. Like, I'm so grateful that I was afforded that. Yeah. Because, like, I know so many people wait for so long to have a moment like that. So I'll never take that away. But I also do feel like it's understated how difficult moments like that are, because they force you to be ready for something that you've not been prepared for. Nobody can prepare you for a surgeon and having people just looking at you. And especially at that time as well, there had almost been like a still quietness about R&B, and then it was like instantly, it was like I had to be ready to be the it girl, and it's like, no, because I haven't been developed. Number one, I had to do my artist development after Say Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Like, I didn't get the 3 years in the shadows and then boom out.
Yeah.
I had to work on it whilst everyone was looking at me, whilst I'm doing personal development, because now I'm a mum.
Yeah.
Like, and then whilst I'm also trying to navigate being independent and then becoming signed, because being signed is, from the outside looking in, glory, but when you're inside, it's guts. Like, there's loads that you have to adhere to, and loads of systems that you need to get used to, and it's tiresome. Like, so I feel like Say Yeah brought me all it was amazing, but it came with its own.
No, I understand.
Things are just as beautiful as they are horrible.
Yeah,
so.
I understand. I think the last one we'll talk about is this silly conversation, but I want to turn this silly conversation into something that is from an R&B artist's mouth, and we can actually get a real answer. Of course, seeing this whole stupid R&B is dead thing. It's obvious that it's not. We've got yourself, we've got Bellah, we've got Miraa, Jack James, so many names, Miraa, all these names. So it's there as well. And of course, we've got the platforms as well, like Spotify, Apple Music, that is platforming these UK R&B artists. So it's very clear from the list. Got Shay Universe, Kadeem, Tyrell, all this kind of stuff. So what is the real thing when it comes to this whole discussion? Like, what is the actual point of it in terms of, like, apart from the R&B, which we know is alive, what is the real issue when it comes to maybe the gap between maybe the industry and R&B artists? What is the real issue?
I don't think that there is an issue the way everybody is highlighting that there is, because if that was the case, we'd all be on 0 monthly Spotify listeners.
Ooh, word.
Check the stats.
Yes,
Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
But I definitely think that for where R&B deserves to be positioned in the United Kingdom, it isn't. But then I also have to consider the fact that we are a minority. So it might not be the digestible genre, and if that's the case, then someone will take it in. Do you get what I mean? In terms of commercial success, I feel like we just, honestly, the only thing that R&B requires probably just that little bit more than other genres is the development. Simply because it's more of an intricate genre.
Yeah.
Like, anybody and everybody can make a pop song nowadays and a drill song, because the templates are there.
Yeah.
Whereas in our actual geographical history, the template they're seldom. Like, we've got Lamar, we've got Jamelia, we've got Craig, but even they had to do their own subtle infusions of other genres in order to make it successful.
Yeah.
So I just feel like all we need is time. And what we don't need is people down our neck all consistently every single week talking about whether we exist or not. And it's not a sympathy Olympics. We actually don't care.
And I can't lie, the music guys are making right now, as I said, just with closure tapes. Let's get into that.
Self-explanatory.
Literally, it speaks volumes, you know. So I just think, for me personally, I'm like, I just think backing is the only thing that that's the industry's thing. It's not you guys, because you guys are making, despite it all, you guys are making art, timeless art at that as well. So when I see this conversation, it angers me so much. I was like, you know what, I've got an R&B artist here today, you know, who's killing it, you know. So I wanted you to have that say, because I feel like they never go to the artists to us. They're just saying it without like talking to the artist. That makes sense. So
it's a difficult one, because I feel like as much as the fans need to have an empathy towards the artist, I definitely also think that the artists need to have comprehension of the music business, because we are very emotive characters. Like, we're very emotional. Of course, the R&B kids, like, sometimes you have to remember that you can't bring the emotions to the business side of things. So as much as we want people to back us, they will back us once the stats start to add up. Like, every single person is playing the game in this whole industry. So like, the reason why Central C will get the backing that he gets is because the numbers and the statistics guarantee that if people invest in him, they're going to see a return on their investment. And that's what these labels care about. They don't care about the characters. The only reason why I got signed was because Say Yeah has stats. Like, of course, there's like a projection of capacity, and it's like, okay, you can gauge it based off the artist proposition and all of these things, but like, we've got Bree's eating it up right now. She's eating it up. Like, we just need to be focused on making sure that we're placing ourselves in the right places, and everything else will flow. Everything else will flow.
Amen.
That's it. Don't worry about the noise. People are going to talk because they have nothing left to do. Everybody is.
And the funny thing is, those same people are not the fans of what you're talking about. So like, you're talking about it, but you're not listening to it. You're not doing a research. Because if you were a fan of it, you would not be saying this. If that makes sense.
That's the whole reason why the Genesis remix existed. Yeah. Because if we're existing in this country, right, and we've only got ourselves, then that means that we should be dealing with each other
Yeah.
in terms of like a spider web.
Yes.
So majority of the people that listen to Mnelia listen to Bellah. Majority of the people that listen to Bellah listen to Tiana Major 9. Majority of the people that listen to Tiana Major 9 listen to Jack James. Those are the people we need to care about.
Yeah.
It's not the people that are out here. Listen, I love a one drill. I really do. I'm not a drill head, but I do. Like, I've got time for Heady.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But Heady's fan base is not my fan base, and
yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fine.
It's fine. Yeah. Last question. What should we expect from you? Of course, next few months, rest of the year, what should we expect?
One word.
Well,
Transparency.
ooh, we love that. We love that.
2 words. Transparency and trajectory.
Amen. 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 And that is all that we have for today's episode. My love, how did you find it?
That was amazing.
Oh, I'm happy.
That
How
was-
you're finally here for the last time. Let them know where they can find you.
All my socials are Mnelia.
Listen, Brandon.
Period. Mnelia. That's
Oh
it.
my God. And of course, Closure Tapes. Let them know where they can find Closure Tapes.
Everywhere.
Come on, you better stream
Deezer,
it, buy it.
Tidal, Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, my page, your page.
I know that's,
everybody's page,
yeah.
period.
It's going to be everywhere, honey. But it's been your boy, Manny, the classic Manny. I've not done this in a while. Oh my goodness. How do I exit? So, use the hashtag TCM show.
He's got this. I don't.
It's been a while.
He's
It's been a
running
couple
like
weeks.
he's forgotten how to do this.
Listen,
He knows what he's doing.
The
knows what he's
hashtag TCM show.
Period.
Share the pod, follow, subscribe,
Make
comment,
sure.
all the good things there. Engage, just engage. That's all I ask from you guys.
Yeah, I better support my boy. You guys know this is the best podcast anyway.
Oh, no, I'm blushing now. But thank you, my love. I love you so much.
I
And
love
just
you
keep on
more.
shining, keep on thriving.
And you too. Thank you for having me. Look at the
No
time.
problem. Perfect. But yes, bye, guys.
I'm a classic man.